Hey everybody, Big Z. Hope everyone's doing good. Got some weather coming in, so I'll try to make this quick. I think it's going to rain here shortly. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, that's Ponce Inlet, Florida behind me, Daytona to the north, and New Smyrna to the south, and everyone says they like the backdrop, so I try to shoot these videos out here. I want to make comment about a couple things. I did a video last week, I didn't post it yet, on TD Fakes and his Oscar-winning performance of his heart attack, stroke, whatever it is, it took place. There at his church service because the heat's coming down on him. And anyway, but he was fine the next day because he filed, I guess, a counter lawsuit against a young preacher who is suing him for $6 million because he claims TD tried to make him his sugar daddy and TD wanted to be his sugar daddy, and he didn't go for it. And there was, you know, the trauma and suffering he took from this whole show. Anyway, it's fucking hilarious. You got to see it. And another piece we did on Robert Morris, and these are two men that we warned everybody about years ago at our churches. You got to watch these two. And when it all came out, it was a little. See, tried to tell you. Anyway, I want to talk about this. Like I said, trying to make this quick. Everybody knows who Billy Carson is, and you watch him. He's entertaining, and everybody knows what Billy is, but there might be some truth in what he's saying, so you extrapolate out what you think is truthful and not. But anyway, so he gets into a debate with this guy I'm sure myself and most have never heard of. His name is Wesley Huff, and Wesley's is one of these biblical scholar, whatever the fuck that means, experts in the world's greatest lie, debates Billy and gives him a little bit of a spanking, a little public humiliation, and Billy has to concede. And you know, and of course, this young Wesley guy, he's eating it up, and, you know, he's feeling his oats, and, you know, he's got a little victory there. So he's enjoying his victory lap right now on YouTube, posting all these videos and all this stuff and so forth. But anyway, but if you watch the video, like we did a little further, he takes a shot at Dr. Ammon Hillman. And that means he's taking a shot at all of us. And one thing we'll put up with that nonsense, but let me just say this to this man. I wouldn't take a cheap shot at you without telling you first I'm going to do it. And let me just say this. I'm not a biblical scholar. I didn't go to college. I went to fucking work when I turned 17 years old. And I worked 3 jobs and fucking started my own company, and I worked for a living. So I didn't get the privilege of sitting in classrooms my whole life. And nothing against you or your whole academic bunch of people, but a lot of us just went to fucking work, okay? So I don't have degrees and all that nonsense, but I do have a fucking PhD in life and experience. And that is my teacher, not some fucking textbook. When we go to I'm just gonna interject this here. When we have life teaches us. And I'll get into that more in a moment, what truth is, who she is. But that's my instructor, is life and experience. I'm not a theorist, I'm a practitioner. I live it out like most of us in the real world do. When we go to text and we look, what we're looking for is kind of like validation. Oh, I see this happened in our past. That makes sense, and that kind of confirms what we're experiencing. I don't look for the textbooks to teach me life. Life teaches me life. My experience does. And you fuckers got this shit all backwards. And it's like this whole thing going down here. So anyway, so this Wesley takes some shots at Dr. Hillman. And basically he lied. He lied. Both of these guys did. The guy doing the interview and this Wesley guy. And so Ammon gets pissed off, which he should, and has, I guess, a conversation with Danny Jones and says, hey, let's do a debate. And this man who is enjoying his victory lap for his little victory over Billy Carson, chicken shits out and says, well, I don't have time, or whatever it is. Wait a minute here. This goes to you and this Dan McClellan guy and this Kip Davis and the rest of you who have done this, and Larson and the rest of you. No, that isn't the way it works. You're gonna lie about someone, then you fucking step in the arena and you debate the man, okay? Don't you fucking run and hide. And we know why you won't debate it, because he'll wipe the fucking floor with your ass. And it's amazing that all you scholar dudes out here are basing all this shit on these texts that were written in a language you don't even fucking understand. But the master of the language, you're going to tell him he doesn't know what he's talking about. That shit is not. That would be like me going into let's just say this. I've got a secondary black belt under Hoyler Gracie, and through Gracie Huamai Tai, and Cafe Alexander Dante down at Carachiba. Where's the head school down in Carachiba down there? So anyway, that'd be like me, and I've come up the ranks. I spent a lot of time, but that'd be like me walking into the head school at Gracie Huamai Tai and calling out Hickson and telling him he doesn't know what he's fucking doing. They would beat my ass to fucking pulp in seconds. You don't do that. That's disrespectful. And two, if whatever Ammon's saying, you might want to take a look into it. Because, you see, everyone's missing the point here, including you, Mr. Davis, you, Mr. McClellan, and goddamn it, you fucking Huff dude. Okay? All you're concerned about is your degrees and your fucking PhDs and all your academic achievements and shit. But you're missing out on the fucking most important point of all of this. And this proves that you're all full of shit and that you're all fucking psychopaths. Because what's really at stake here is the boy in the garden in Mark 14, 51, and 52. And why is a prepubescent boy, a Mayaniscos, is naked in a fucking cemetery at 4 a.m. with a 33-year-old man? A 33-year-old man who's also fucking naked. And he's got a medicated rapacine dome wrapped around his genitalia. What the fuck is going on here? Stop everything. We gotta get to the bottom of this. But you don't want to do that. You're more concerned about, oh, this could scandalize Christianity. This could hurt the church. It's funny because that's just what that man in the garden said. You're gonna scandalize me. And nobody is concerned about what happened to the little boy. Why was he there? Is he okay? See, because what you don't get, you fucking assholes, is that little boy represents all the little boys today that are in those churches going through the temptations of fire and being abused by these pastors. That's who that little boy is. And if we fucking need the responsibility to get to the bottom of this. And if he is the perpetrator and the progenitor of this shit, then this shit's got to stop and it's got to be exposed. But you don't want to do that because all you give a flying fuck about is your academic achievements and whatever fucking scam it is that you've got going on. Some of us who came into this world didn't come in here to build this place up. We didn't come in here to save this world. We came in here to tear this fucking thing apart. We came in here to expose the evil going on and who's doing it. And I'll say this, if you guys are really biblical scholars in the ancient Hebrew, whatever you call it, and you actually could read as I did this past year for the first time, it's shamefully embarrassing that I spent my entire life as a Christian from age 22 until a few years ago and never really read the Bible. I was like a Jefferson type, a Thomas Jefferson Christian, where I just read the Gospels. And, the parables, that was good, read Proverbs, and that's basically it. I had no interest in any other shit in there because it didn't apply to me. It's all Jewish people. Until you go back and you read it. And the thing that it took me less than 2 days to realize this fucking dude that they call Jehovah Yahweh is a fucking piece of shit, psychopath, child trafficking, war criminal. I don't think he's even a god. I think he was just a literal flesh and blood fucking general, just war criminal. And you're worshiping him as the creator of fucking everything? You're sick. You are fucking sick. And you know what? I don't need that book to tell me that. Because I look today, as all of us do, and we look at who is the progenitors of all the evil, all the child trafficking, all the misery and suffering that's going on. We know who they are. You know who these people are. Jews, excuse me. And you being the Christian, you're the one responsible for this. You're responsible for every child who is sexually abused or this ritual shit that goes down, because you're the ones covering for them, giving them your tithe on Sunday morning, protecting them, and worshiping and serving them. It's funny. I said a couple of years ago as I was going through my deconstruction, could Christianity actually be evil? Oh, it's not just evil. It is the fucking evil of this world. And I'll say this. This entire book is nothing but child trafficking and child sacrifice from cover to cover. The most disgusting words that have ever been spoken It's John 3:16. For God, just did Yahweh Jehovah, war criminal, child trafficker, so loved the world that we're not supposed to love the things of it or the things in it, that he's going to burn down one day. But he so loved this world, he sacrificed his child, his only child. Stop right fucking there. No parent sacrifices their child for any fucking reason. No parent does. A parent sacrifices themselves to save their child. This is, God damn it, it's disgusting. That's child sacrifice. I have no part of this fucking religion anymore. It's a fucking disgrace. It's child sacrifice. But you're so fucking brainwashed you can't see it. Anyway, I try to be nice about it and say, you know what, they're just misled, but they're not. This is a fucking war that we're in, and you people are fucking Archons. And let me just say this too, real quickly. I want to throw this thing, because I just read this, and it was from the Apocrypha of John, and Lolita Caroli put it up today on her channel. And it's about escaping the Matrix and what you do when you leave this realm. And the Archons, there's going to be 3 of them that are going to come, and they're going to try to trick you. And I'm going to read it out. I'm going to do that in the next video. But these Archons, that's who we're dealing with right here. These fucking people are Archons. Anyway, to these men, to this McClellan fella, and the Kip Davis guy with the goatee, and this Huff dude, you fucking guys need to fucking man up and debate Hillman. And he doesn't need any help, doesn't need our help. He can take care of this shit all by himself. But you better look at the bigger problem. Why does not one of you, not fucking one of you, have come out and said, hey, we got a problem. We've got 80% of the girls right now in America by the age of 18 being molested by their daddies. 1 in 4 boys. And 93% of the evangelical pastors are fucking addicted to porn. And some nasty ass porn at that. You will know a tree bites fruit, won't you? Yeah. Anyway, I had to get that out. Took some notes, and I want to say this. This is important. We're all looking for truth. And truth isn't, how do I say this? You don't find truth. Truth finds you. And she is truth. She's Sophia. She's our mother, Barbello. And she's looking to see who is worthy. You have to search for it. And if you show yourself approved and worthy, she'll give you truth. But you don't find it, she finds you, and she searches out your heart. Most of you have no relationship with our mother, the mother, father, our creator. You're still fucking polishing your daddy's balls, y'all to bay off Jehovah, whatever he is. It's goddamn sick. Anyway, I'm gonna stop it there. I think the rain's maybe it won't rain tonight. Anyway, so Ammon, we thank you. I want to say that publicly. We don't all agree on everything. I'm sure if he's watched my channel, he's got some issues with me, and we all don't agree on everything. It's okay, but this message is important because we've got to take care of our children. And if we're doing something, look at me, if we're involved in something and we have been our whole life and didn't realize it, and it's like this. Let me make this last example. Let's just say your daddy is well known in the community, and he's very wealthy, and he owns business construction companies and all this. And let's say you're a little girl and you love your daddy, and he's taking good care of you. He gives you your ponies and private school and all that. And one day you're going down the road and someone says, oh, that's the mafia boss over there. And she says, no, that's my father. She says, the other girl says, that's your daddy? That's my dad. Yes, he owns construction companies and garbage companies and so forth, and restaurants. And she's like, that man, that's the head of the mafia. No, my daddy, no, that man's a murderer and a drug dealer and a prostitute runner. He traffics children. No, he's not. That's my father. And she denies it at first, but she later starts to see more and more and realizing that, you know, my dad donated to the hospital. He's got a whole wing with his name on it. And he does all these great things, but my dad's really not good. He's a bad dude. And that's a hard thing to come to grips with. And all of us have had to go through it. I mean, I've spent 3 years of my deconstruction, and that's tough. But fairy tale's over, okay? Sorry, I got a call coming in. Anyway, fairy tale's over, and that's a hard thing for us to accept one day, that this guy that we've been worshiping, but is this horrible fucking mafia war criminal. But it is what it is. And look at the good side, that you now know why all this is taking place, and you get to discover who your real parents are. Anyway, something else I wanted to say that's really important. I end the video, I'm like, shit, I forgot to put that in there. But anyway, let's wrap it up there. It's 15 minutes. Love everybody. Again, Ammon, thank you for your dedication in doing this. And anyway, love everybody. I'm out.